Hello and welcome back to another video of How To with Melissa's Magical Creations. I am Kathleen, and today's video is going to be about it's a little bit. I'm going to show you how to make a tea that will help you go to sleep naturally instead of taking any kind of prescriptions or instead of buying things over the counter. Or you can use it with something that you've bought over the counter that's natural. And it'll help aid it if you have insomnia or just don't sleep very well. Now, I have friends and I have family members who have a hard time going to sleep. Sometimes I do too. And what happens is you're so used to it that you think it's natural, and it's not. Your body needs a certain amount of sleep every single night so that you are able to function properly. Not everybody's sleep patterns are the same. Not everybody needs the same amount of sleep. I have someone that I consider a friend. He's almost family, actually. And for him, a good 5 or 6 hours is good. Sometimes he can go with 4 every single night, and he's A-okay. It doesn't affect him. He's not tired. He doesn't drag or lag. He doesn't get sick or anything like that. Me, I need a good 7, or I am just not myself. But like I said, there are people, sleep patterns are different, needed hours are different. Well, today inspired me because I have someone that I am working with now, and she was letting me know that it's been about a few days. I can't remember, she said 2 or 3 days since she's been to sleep. She said she's tried all kinds of stuff. It hasn't worked. So I let her know today at work that I am going to make some tea for her. Now, I'm going to show you how I do it. Got a bowl. Just get a bowl that you're going to use. Doesn't matter. As long as it's a nice clean bowl. It could be glass. It could be plastic, whatever. I'm using this one because what I don't bag for her, I'm going to set to the side in case anyone else needs some, in case I have an order. Because usually my sleep time tea, I really don't have a name for it, but for right now, I'm just what I'm going to call it. But it does, my sleep aid tea is a big hit because there are a lot of people, more people than you would think, who have a hard time sleeping. So, got a spoon, regular metal spoon. Now, I get a lot of herbs from Amazon, like I was saying, during the time of year where I can't grow it myself. Now, I have not figured out how to grow green tea leaves as of yet. One day I will get it. But as of yet, I don't know how. So I order Pinhead gunpowder green tea. It's very strong. It's purely organic. But it's very strong. And I'm telling you, it works. I'm not a fan of green tea by itself. I just can't drink it. I just don't like the taste. But I use it as, for the most part. Sometimes it's just straight herbs. But if you have certain ailments, or if you are like trying to lose weight, or if you're trying to, have a better diet, or if you have certain illnesses or ailments, then adding green tea as the base, in addition to your herbs, will help you. So I'm going to round it, teaspoons. This is a teaspoon, round it. So it's 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 rounded teaspoons of the green tea. and I just added it to the bowl. That's it. Straight to the bowl. Now, I'm going to add some sleep time herbs, things that help aid a person into their body to relax enough so that it's easy for them to fall asleep. Because I don't know what kind of life you have. Like, I don't know if you're worried, if you're stressed out or anything like that. This will help relax you. So the first thing that is going to naturally relax you, chamomile. Good old-fashioned chamomile. So chamomile as an herb looks like this. That's what it looks like. Smells beautiful, but it doesn't look too hot. But it works. So 1, rounded teaspoons, of course. 2, make sure. 3, 4, and 5. 5 of those also. It is organic. Because I use more chamomile, because I also use it in soaps, certain kinds of lotions, herbal baths, things like that. It's a bigger bag, of course. And then we're going to add some calendula. Calendula is a flower. It's a pretty flower. The smell is strange, but when you're adding it, you can, if you have the actual flower itself and you picked it, it's actually an edible flower, fresh too. So you can add it to salads, things like that. But I only use it, of course, soaps, lotions, things like that. But I use it in tea. So crazy looking rounded teaspoon, but this is what it looks like. Wow, that's going to stay there. So I'm going to have to get another spoonful. It's a little different to handle because it's kind of, the flour itself is shaped strange. So for that, I use 3 teaspoons. That's 1, and this is 2. And then 3. And what I'm going to do is close this one up. Again, I use this more than I use the green tea. That's why the green tea is a smaller bag. But as my orders have been coming in more often for teas, I'm probably going to have to do this. We'll get a bigger bag a bigger bag of it. And I do apologize, I have to change the music. Because as much as I like Kendrick Lamar, I don't want him playing on this. All right, so let's try something a little different, a little better selection. I do apologize. So I'm going to put on some reggaeton. Don Omar, I like Don Omar. Okay, so that's what I'm going to, I'm going to stir this up a little bit. We're going to break up because the petals themselves, not the petals, I'm sorry, but the bed of the flower, the head of the flower is a little bigger. So I don't crush it down. I have a mortar and pestle, but I don't crush it down with that because it's tea. I don't want it sifting completely through the tea bag. Or if you don't want it in tea bag form, then if you have like a tea brewer where they come in all kinds of shapes now, but you know, you stick it in there and it lets the tea steep. Now these, because it's in the big bags, I did get from Amazon my little supplies of different herbs for like the aromatherapy, the candles and things like that. I do get from the Hidden Path. So I will send a link. I will add a link in the comments below for the Hidden Path, because, well, I will do it in the other one because that's where, well, no, I can do it in this one, even though I'm not using any of their products tonight. But I will put a link there. I'm also going to put a link for the Magical Mystic in Montario, Hampton, the Tantric Alchemist. That way, in case you all want to ever visit their sites, order some of their oils or herbs or things like that, you'll have a straight link to it. So I've crunched it up as much as I could with the spoon. That's why I use a metal spoon, because it's easier to crunch up. So now I'm going to add lavender. And I know the lavender is edible, so you can use it. For the lavender, however, because it is a sleep aid, it relaxes you a lot. Aromatherapy is a big thing with your body. The body smells it first, then it tastes it with your food, anything. So I'm going to only use 1 heaping teaspoon of the lavender, and I'm going to be very careful. Lavender, 1 heaping teaspoon. That's all I need for this, because I don't want the taste to be overpowered by the lavender. Remember, I don't know if you remember when I was on last. When I was using the herbs for the bath salts. I don't know if I can't remember if I used rose for that. But lavender has a very overpowering smell. It does wonders for your body, inward and outward, so internal and external. But I don't want the taste to be overpowered by the lavender. I want it to be a healthy balance. Now, the calendula helps you go to sleep, but it's also a healing aid. So if you have anything going on, whether you know about it or don't, if you need, let's see, like if you have a cold, you're coming down with a cold, a sinus infection, anything. If you have, I'm only going by what I've used it for, or some of my clients have used it for, or even my children, because my kids use a lot of my stuff. But heartburn, acid, well, not acid, I can't say acid reflux, but heartburn, because I'm not a doctor, I can't diagnose anything. But, things like that, headaches, calendula will help if there's like a swelling that's causing the headaches. So if it's a sinus infection, or if you get chronic migraines, things like that, it will help reduce the tension and the swelling. Also, calendula naturally heals, so if you do have that or anything else like kidney infections, cancer, it's not going to miraculously heal you, but it will help ease the symptoms. Like I said, from what I've experienced, my kids have experienced, and my clients have experienced. But calendula will help you with that for the most part. It's not a miraculous cure-all or anything like that, no. But like if there's any kind of pain or discomfort or things like that, because it also helps with being a pain aid. Now, I've got what you called, and I'm only quoting a book. It's a natural heal-all, and this is one of the ingredients. It's called wild lettuce. They quoted it as being nature's morphine. Now, I wouldn't say it's nature's morphine, but I have added it to a tea when I had a really, really bad migraine. I've been suffering with migraines since I was about 7 years old. A lot of my siblings, my dad, my grandfather, because they are genetic, but and it just about wiped it out. I have been a guinea pig all of my life for things that are coming out on the market. Come try this, come try this, come try this. Nothing worked. This helped a lot. So, wild lettuce. This one is powdered. It helps with the pain. It also heals. So if you make a paste out of it and you have a cut, I've done this. When I make a paste, I usually use a little bit of water, some honey, organic, natural, and regional honey. And I will make add a little wild lettuce to the paste. I add it on. It's like really and truly Neosporin multiplied by 1,000,000. Honestly, it's awesome. But this is what wild lettuce looks like, powdered. So I have. I'm not going to do a rounded teaspoon because that's a lot. What I'm going to do. Let's see. Brush it off. Almost a level teaspoon. Alright, so I'm going to add that, stir it up, so it will coat all of the herbs evenly. So as I make the bags, the tea bags, it'll be in the tea. And because it's powdered down fine, if you add sugar to your tea, if you add honey to your tea, agave, whatever, if you drink it without it, it will dissolve. Okay. Like really and truly, you don't need a lot. That's why it's a level teaspoon. All right, and then my last ingredient is soursop. They call it soursop. They call it mapa tree fruit, guanabana. So if you've ever seen guanabana juice in the Latino aisle in the grocery store, and they have the mota goya or the goya or adobo or things like that. The guanabana juice is what soursop is. That's the fruit. These are the leaves. I have the fruit powdered, but I'm not going to use it because I don't need it. Because the leaves have more of the potency for what I need it for. This will help ease to sleep. It's also a natural healer. Again, I'm not a doctor. I don't want anybody coming at me saying, oh my God, you did this, you said that. No, I'm not a doctor. So, and I no longer work at the hospital, so there you go. This is what the guanabana leaf looks like. It looks a little strange, it does, but hey, I break it up because it's such a big leaf. I use 2. I'm sorry. I thought that was just 1. Ended up being 2 stuck together. But I use 2 leaves, and I'm just going to break it up. And again, because people, and I have no idea why people are doing this now or feeling the need to do this, but I do not own the rights to the music that you hear in the background. Of course I don't. If I owned the rights to the music, I would not be working. I'd be relaxing and enjoying and traveling all over the world with my kids and letting them experience, a different kind of life. But anyway. Alright, so I have it almost, the second one almost ripped up. You don't want to do them at the same time because you want the pieces to be small but not tiny, and you don't want any big pieces to pull through because you have two at the same time. So just rip them up one at a time, just like this. That's all I'm doing, really and truly. All right. Okay, so I have those two leaves ripped up. I'm just stirring the bowl because I want to try and get everything evenly incorporated. Okay, so this is what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Now the little residue that you see, of course, is from the powdered wild lettuce leaf. Close this up. I don't want to have an accident and it fall everywhere and I gotta throw it away. And this was expensive. The wild lettuce and the soursop leaves are a little on the pricey side, but they last so long that it's worth it. Now I'm going to get out my tea bags. So Amazon is awesome. I got a bag, this big bag, and it had 400 tea bags in it. There's 4 separate ones. Each one has 100. Totally worth it. I've had this almost a year. No, I can't even say that. Yeah, almost a year. About 9 months. And, you know, a lot of people are now into the herbal teas, handmade teas, especially if you grow the herbs yourself. And because I do, and once I run out of what I'm using, then I, of course, I always have some in stock myself, just in case I run out of something like my chamomile. Chamomile takes a while to grow. It's usually a couple of years. Lavender also. So, of course, and then calendula, you got to find the seeds. It's just a lot of things because I use different herbs to make the teas that I'm making. So, like the lemon verbena, the mint, sage, things like that, cilantro, like different kinds of mint. They have pineapple mint, they have chocolate mint, things like that. I mean, they have all kinds of herbs. I have all kinds of seeds, and some that I can't find the seeds. If I can find the seedling, then I go and I buy it. The little starter, I grow it. As soon as it comes to seed, then I get the seeds myself from the herbs that I'm growing. But I'm getting out a Ziploc bag because, like I said, this is just for someone at work to try it out. So I'm going to put the tea bags in the Ziploc bag. And then what I don't use, I'm going to put the rest of the loose leaf tea in another Ziploc bag. That way I can have it either for myself, my children, friends, whatever. My husband really doesn't drink tea unless he's sick. I don't know, it's crazy. But for this, you get around a teaspoon. As you're doing it, and you just set it right inside the bag, now, this is complete. That's it. 1 rounded teaspoon. And you take it, because you don't want anything to spill out. Now, if you're going to eat it right, eat it, Lord. If you're going to make yourself a cup of tea right then and there, you just make your cup of tea, set the, rest of the stuff in a baggie, and, you just have it and make it as you go. But because I'm making this for someone, I'm tying off the bag so it does not spill out. And then she can just drink it as she wants. But this will keep the bag from spilling and the ingredients from spilling. 1, no mess. 2, you don't want to lose what you put in there. So here is the finished product. 1 tea bag. Now, in all honesty, if you have a fuller, rounder teaspoon, you can actually get 2 uses out of it. Because I saw one of my kids do it, and he said it tastes exactly the same. Because he didn't feel like making a tea bag. He didn't feel like going to where my supplies are for that stuff and get a spoon out and just get the baggie and make a tea bag. I don't know. But he used it twice, and he said it tastes just as good as the first cup. I would suggest, if you're using it to go to sleep, don't use sugar. Sugar is just pure energy. Like, not pure energy like it's good for you, but pure energy as in, this is going to keep me bouncing off walls. Think of a kid, and you just feed it a whole bunch of sugar. I would suggest drinking it plain. I have another coworker, Maila. I've spoken about her before. I made her some tea. She said she drank it plain without even adding anything to it to sweeten, and it was still good. So, it's up to you how you want to drink it. But I'm going to make her a few more bags to help her out, because I know she's a mom, she's a wife, she works full time. So, and then she hasn't been feeling well, so. Teaspoon, round it, baggie, open, and I'm just laying it right, I'm going over my bowl's right up under, and I'm just putting it in. And of course, they're not going to be the same amount. You're not measuring it or anything like that, but roughly they'll be the same amount in each baggie. You tie it off. And there you go. That's it. What you don't use, you put in another Ziploc bag so you can either make more tea later on, or you can keep it for when you need it again. But I'm going to put this, because this is for Amber. I am putting it in a bag for her so that when I take it to work tomorrow, she can have it. She can put it up wherever she needs to. And when she gets home, when she wants to drink it and see if it works for her, then she could try it. But that is it. This video was a little longer than I was hoping. But I guess it'll be all right. And those of you who are watching it, I appreciate you. Those of you who have subscribed to my channel, thank you so very much. I am doing something to where once my channel reaches 100 subscribers, I'm going to hold a drawing, and someone is going to, well, at that time, I'm going to ask everyone to, whoever's a subscriber, let me know on that last one once we hit 100, and that way I'll do a drawing, and someone will be getting a product item from Melissa's Magical Creations. So you'll get something straight from my line, and I'll send it to you, free postage and everything. You don't have to worry about it. The only thing I'll need is your contact information so that I can send it to you. And every single time my page gets 100 more subscribers, I'll be doing that. And let's see, I'll just keep doing that until we reach 1,000 subscribers. And once we reach 1,000 subscribers, then I'll change the contest up a little. And I'll probably like, add more or do something like that. Do different things. I'll get people on so that they can be on the page with me, in a video with me, things like that. I want to try and make it fun right now because I'm new to this. I'm just trying to show you all how to do stuff. Eventually, you'll see a lot of different things going on. I do, again, appreciate all of my subscribers that I have now. And I want you to tell your friends to watch, like, and subscribe and hit that little notification bell. That way we'll get to 100 even faster. And then, of course, after that, 200, then 300, and so on until we get to 1,000. And I'll be doing those drawings. And you'll be getting actual products from Melissa's Magical Creations. And I will really, really appreciate, leaving your comments on what you've gotten, how it worked for you, if you liked it, what have you. And we'll go from there. But I do, again, appreciate you watching this. Hit that notifications bell. Subscribe to my page. Like this video. Watch all of my videos. Like all of my videos. I really, really appreciate you guys. You have a wonderful evening. Be blessed. I'm sorry. I don't say blessed. Be blissed, because that's pure happiness. Be blissed. Be healthy. Be happy. Be wise. And I'll see you next time.